We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Recently, we saw a pretty interesting moment from Dana White. Many of you might already know that Alex Pereira was on vacation in Australia. During this time, he received an offer from Dana White to save the UFC 303 fight. After Conor withdrew, no major fighter was willing to accept the fight on short notice. But despite being on vacation, Alex accepted the offer, and recently a related footage of Dana has surfaced where Dana is seen thanking Alex for saving UFC 303. Here's the clip.
Why the people reacted the way that they did. On vacation in Australia, in the middle of a league to come take the biggest fight. Thank you.
Another interesting update is coming from Dana White. Dana just made a bold claim on Power Slap Company. He never misses a chance to praise the Power Slap, and recently he made a bold claim at a press conference for a Power Slap event. He praised the event's success, boasting about its billions of views and millions of social media followers. Dana even said Power Slap could surpass the UFC in popularity.
In South Korea. And they're starting to do slapping now before the MMA events. They posted a slap. They have no followers whatsoever. Things that like 260 million views. One of their, and it's not a knockout or anything like that. It's just a slap. I said it. Go back, and some of you were there and heard me in the early days. I said this will be the biggest sport in the world. This will be bigger than the UFC.
Dana.
This will be bigger than the UFC. Now you can remember I said that. Everybody will be like, oh, he's and you know, all that shit, and then I'll see you in a few years and we'll talk again.
Sean O'Malley training with a gun in hand. Recently, O'Malley shared footage on Instagram of himself training while holding a gun. Dustin Poirier expects Conor McGregor to come back strong.
So, you know, the original injury that took him out for this long term was a broken shin bone, and he had surgery, recovered from that, started prepping for a comeback fight, and I believe what I'm hearing is it's a toe that got broken, and I don't know the extent of that. To me, a pinky toe getting broken, maybe you don't pull out of an international fight card week, but maybe ligaments got torn, maybe he needs surgery. I don't know the full in-depth detail of the exact injury, so he could be back quick, or if he needs surgery, we'll see. Just looking at his career and the things he's accomplished, the man has a strong mindset. If he commits himself to being the best he can, if his body allows him to be the best he can, I think he's going to come back strong. Do we see the vintage Conor? I'm not sure, but we're going to see a very dangerous man who's hungry for a win and who needs a win if he does come back.
Alexandre Pantoja says he has a huge fight lined up against a name that nobody will expect. Recently, Pantoja has made a big revelation about his upcoming fight, hinting at an opponent that's completely unpredictable. Interestingly, some time ago, Pantoja expressed his desire to fight Demetrius Johnson. Who do you think Pantoja's next opponent could be?
Yeah, UFC has already talked to me. He expects something in 2-3 months. We have a fighting. I can say anything right now, but it's gonna be huge for everyone. And one name I think nobody expects. And I'm super glad about the name. Very good for my career. It's huge for me.
I was gonna say, is it someone that they signed recently?
I don't know if you recently signing with him. But
I was just gonna say, because there's a flyweight, well, fights at flyweight as well from Ryzen, Asakura coming over.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna fight at flyweight, though, is my understanding.
Bring it all, bring it all. You have a couple Japanese guys coming, yeah? Tatsuro, one of that guys. You have Manel Cap and Mokaev. I think it's, I say we have a name, but I think it's still open, you know. Manel Cap and Mokaev can make a great fight and maybe take the spot, you know.
Charles Oliveira just arrived to T-Mobile Arena for UFC 303. ESPN shares footage of Charles Oliveira arriving at UFC 303 with his girlfriend. Here's what ESPN shares.
Thank you.
Sean Strickland tells Robert Whittaker to sit down and wait. Following Robert Whittaker's recent win in Saudi Arabia, Whittaker is optimistic about getting a title shot. You might remember that some time ago, Sean Strickland refused to fight Whittaker, and now Strickland's statement has been making rounds saying Whittaker's not next in line. He fought a guy on a 2-day notice, an unranked Dagestani. He's not next in line, I'm next in line. After Khamzat Chimaev withdrew from the fight, Sean criticized Whittaker, stating that his victory against Ikram Aliskerov, who is currently an unranked fighter, isn't a significant win and he doesn't deserve next title fight.
Whittaker's not next in line. He fought a guy on a 2-day notice, an unranked Daggy. He's not next in line. I'm next in line. Whoever wins, they're fighting me. I beat Dreykus. The world knows I'm next in line. The world knows it should be me fighting, but I'll wait. I'm next in line. We're bringing the belt back to Vegas.
Any interest in being the backup for that fight?
You know, backup means all nothing. You know, you can be a backup and cut weight and make a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, backup means nothing. I'm next in line. I'm the #1 contender. It is me.
Do you not think, though, that that might help getting a title shot? Or do you feel like right now with what you've done, you've earned enough that shouldn't even need to be a backup?
There's no help, man. I'm the #1 contender. On paper, in life, in the media, by the fans, I am the #1 contender. I'm getting the next shot.
Recently, a savage knockout video has been circulating in combat sports. Former UFC fighter James Vick suffers brutal knockout loss to Rafael Alves at Karate Combat. Vick was once a top contender in the UFC, but fell from grace after a brutal knockout by Dustin. He struggled to regain relevance, eventually leaving the UFC and joining Karate Combat. Despite Karate Combat's rising profile in combat sports, Vick suffered a devastating knockout loss to Rafael in a recent event.
To stay in the... Oh my God! What a knockout! Have you ever seen anything like that?